What is up, everybody? Today we're going to be looking at the FGX2 mastering plugin by Slate Digital. Now, something real quick about Slate Digital, I absolutely adore them. Everything they put out that I've used has been amazing. So big kudos to them, and we're going to take a look at the FGX2, and then maybe we might pop over and look at the old FGX and see the difference between the two. So let's get in this. Okay, so what we have here is the mix. And so you can see that all that signal there. So we have the mix there. And then here on our master chain. So I had an EQ and I was doing like other stuff. But this is the FGX2. So I'm going to turn it off and play it. Here, let's pick out a section. Let's do it right here. When I walk this road again, my life. Okay, now I'm going to do that same section about right there. I'm just going to loop that and turn the FGX2 on. I'm calling out when I walk this road again. My life is fading fast, hand in hand with shadows again. So this mastering tool is really, really, really awesome in the fact that if you're trying to get something done quick, you can just come in here, you can get genre specific with your metering, and you have all these presets to start with. So I really liked the clear one, and I did some edits to it. So that's the one I used personally, and I saved it so that I don't lose it. But let's go ahead and look at some of these. So I'll just let it play and play with some of these. Why count your blessings, but blessings denied? You'd be the first one to brandish your knife. You want and work for the tainted souls. Well, in the name of gain and control, there's a price to pay. There's a price to pay. Am I worth it? Why don't deserve it? Why does this always have to happen to me? Stand by. I'm calling out when I walk this road again. My life is fading fast, hand in hand with shadows again. I'm still calling out. Okay, so I'll stop there because this is a mix bus, and we're doing a mastering thing, so I don't really want to get into all this right now, but it's also useful. So what we have here is pretty standard. Of course, we have a compressor, and then we have a leveler over here, and we can pick what mode we want it in. So it's pretty cool because you can use this same, like let's just use the one that I used. Let's go back there and just look at the different modes that we can use here. Am I worth it? Why don't deserve it? Why does this always have to happen to me? Stand by. I'm calling out when I walk this road again. My life. Yeah, so you can kind of decide what mode you want it in. So you have the basic, you got your gain and your ceiling, your low punch and detail, just like in the last one, just in a different spot. This is a pretty cool feature in this one because you can kind of see, the peak and everything right here visually instead of, just dialing some knobs. And over here, you have your threshold, your attack, your release, your ratio, so your compressor, And so we can kind of see what those do.
Is fading fast, hand in hand with shadows again. Watch out your blessings, but blessings did not.
So, pretty straightforward with this one. Like I said, you get a ton of different presets, and then with the metering, you can get genre specific. You can even get streaming specific. So that's a pretty useful thing to have, since, you know, modern music is done through most of these on this list. So really helpful if you're trying to, you know, get that Spotify.
You'll be the first one to brandish your knife. You want and work for the tainted souls. Well, in the name of gain and control.
So yeah, I just picked genre specific because I figured I'd keep it simple. And so pretty much with this one, it's your everyday mastering chain, you know, that you would usually do in your mastering process. And I think this is a useful one. For one, it sounds great, and for two, it's really easy to use. There's not much to it. You can kind of see what's going on. I'm a visual guy, so being able to see what's going on is like, it's just really helpful for me personally. But if we go ahead and click here, we can keep that up, and let's pull up the original Slate FGX. All right. So, kind of the same deal. We got your compressor, you know, which has your ratio, which is there. Your threshold down here. Attack and release. Boom. And then you have your level, your low punch and detail right there. Gain right here. And then this one, dynamic perception, which is, you know, you have your dither and ceiling settings here. So there are, see, like your ceilings over here with your dither. So there are differences to these two. I mean, just in visual. So let's go ahead and let's bypass. Okay, we have this one on bypass. And then let's bring this one in. And let's actually set it to these same settings that it has over here.
Why don't deserve it? Why does this always have to happen to me? Stand by. I'm calling out. When I walk this road again, my life is fading fast. Hand in hand with shadows again. Watch out your blessings, but blessings denied. You'll be the first one to brandish your knife. You want and work for the tainted souls. Well, in the name of gain and control, there's a price to pay. There's a price to pay. Am I worth it? Why don't deserve it? Why?
So right off the bat, we see differences. I mean, obviously, this is not the same here. You know, so you have to play around with this to kind of make it sound the same. Like, it does sound different, you know, because it's a different thing. But they're both great tools, and you can use either one, and it'll get the job done. So that's a nice thing about Slate is, even though this is the same, you know, this is the new version of this. Like, you could use either one of these, and you could achieve like a great master either way.
Does this always have to happen to me? Stand by.
like I said, both are great to use. I'm kind of, to be honest with you, on this song, I'm kind of digging the old one a little bit more. Just with the current settings it's on, it's kind of funny how that works sometimes.
I walk this road again. My life is fading fast. Hand in hand with shadows again. Watch out your blessings.
But this one makes it more full. So it depends on what you're going for. I kind of just liked that to begin with. I feel if I dialed this in more, then I could get it to be the same. And that's the thing, is it's all relatively the same. You know, in settings, like, I mean, these parts might be different. They might change it a little differently. Like this ratio might be a little bit different than this one, so you have to dial this one or this one kind of a little differently. But in all reality, they're both the same plugin. You know, they just don't function exactly the same, which is what you're going to find with tons of plugins. Like you'll find 6 compressors that are modeled after an 1176, and every single one of them is going to sound different. And not one of those plugin compressors are going to sound like an 1176. It's crazy. But you can get close. You can play around with it. But it's I wanted to bring this up just because it's you see the difference between the two. You know, this is the original. This is the 2. And like I said, both are great. Both are extremely useful.